Hi, it's Callie here with a little yoga tip for this week. We're going to look at how to do some modifications because I know sometimes people feel really insecure when they can't do things exactly like the instructor. If you're like me, some things that my students do, I can't do. So that's always fun. So I just want to give you a few options that you can do, and you will still get the same effect of doing the pose, and you can enjoy yoga until you build up to other things. So the first modification is when you do sun salutations, when you're trying to get to the floor. So once I get there, I'll just come in and out of that piece. So we know this, inhale, swan dive down, flat back. And when you get here and you want to put your palms on the floor before you step back, some of you are concerned that you can't reach the floor, which is fine. You can just bend your knees. It's all right to bend your knees here. And then you can step back and get ready to lower yourself down. Another option there, whether you bend your knees or keep your legs straight, is to jump back and then lower yourself down. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And another modification here, when you're doing downward facing dog, doesn't have to be in a sun salutation. It can be somewhere else in your yoga practice. I'm adjusting my feet a little bit for balance, and you could practice bringing your leg off the ground. You could take it straight back. I'm pushing my arms away. You can bring your leg up a little higher and then lower down. I'm going to do the other side just so that I'm not walking wobbly. So those are some things that you can do there. We are going to also look at a couple standing poses. When you are doing tree pose, which is one of my favorites because there are a few different levels, you can bring your foot to your ankle, to your knee. If you're going to bring your foot to your knee, don't press on your knee. Stand up nice and tall, and you're just resting your foot there. Or you can bring your foot, if I can keep my balance, to your groin. And then you have some options for your hands. Energy is going down into the ground and out of my head. And if I want more of a challenge, which I really don't need right now, then you can bring your arms up. You can bring them apart. You can look up. You could close your eyes, but once I do that, I'm absolutely done. So I'm going to do chair pose now. And chair, I'll show you off of the mat, but I'm just going to show you if you are off the mat and on the mat. If you need some more support, you could do chair on the wall and just lean back. A lot of athletes already know this. I think they call them wall sits. Slide down and you can reach out. The more I reach out, the lower I feel like I can squat, but if you're worried about your balance, you could be on the wall. If you want to do it without the wall, then you can just sink down, and I kind of sink down in phases. My toes are together, my thighs are rotating in towards each other. I'm reaching up and I'm looking through my hands, kind of on a diagonal. Taking nice deep breaths. The more I stretch forward, the more I feel like I can sink down into chair. And you can hold that as long as you want. It's okay if you shake. It's an awesome challenge for yourself. And then next, we're going to go into table pose. So I'm trying to distribute my weight pretty evenly over my hands and over my knees. And I'm trying to keep my spine as flat as possible. So it looks maybe like I'm curving in, but really I'm just trying to let my neck elongate. And then I might bring one arm out, and then the other one. You can hold these as long as you want, so that you're challenging yourself. And then I'll send my leg back. I try to make mine straight. I'm always trying to straighten my spine. But if you need to make it a little bit lower, you can. You don't always have to hold it for like a long time or until you shake or whatever. It's just what you're doing with your practice. Like, I always think of doing yoga in the morning, but right now we're taping, it's the afternoon. So it's for whatever you need. So if you're doing this in the morning just to get you going, then holding it forever might not be what you need, because that's very mentally and physically challenging if you're just trying to get your day started and be focused. So you can make your decisions on that. Next, I'm going to show some options as you're building up to doing back bends. Some people who are gymnasts and stuff can just go from standing into a back bend, but I cannot. So bridge pose is like the precursor to a back bend. So my toes are turned in slightly, like pigeon-toed. My ankles are, my heels are out, and my thighs are activated. They're rotating in towards each other. And I'm just gonna lift my hips off of the mat. So this is bridge pose. Feels really good. I'm trying to make all of this as flat as possible. Hold that for 3 to 5 breaths and then lower down. And of course you can repeat that. Or maybe you want to start working on your back bend. You can, I'm going to bring my hands back, but you could also do this with your hands here. My head is not going to come off the floor, so my feet are scooting in towards my butt a little bit, and I'm just rolling back. Feels super good. My legs are engaged, keeping me nice and safe, and I'm rolling down slowly. So those are a couple of things you could do before you actually come up into a back bend if you're still building up strength like I am. And then after doing all that back work, I just like to finish with a forward fold. And you could do that, you could just let your head hang at your knees. I like my hands under my calves sometimes. Or you could hold your toes. Take nice deep breaths here. Your spine can get nice and long. And feet relax, ankles relax. So there are a few yoga modifications for you. Try those and have a great day.